So it will the comorbid condition means the happen on autism together with health or mental health issue. It's very, very, very common. For example, that I give you that which are 40 to 80% on anxiety, which is linked into sensory hypertension or higher sensitivity, and also up to 30% who will actually fall into depression, deal with a lot of sleep issue. There are a lot of functioning issue, which actually bring frustration to them, and it will end up in on depression. Oh, other will be, this is also the numbers. Seizure means epilepsy will be 7 to 46%. Sleep disorder will be 44 to 83. You see the number or the percentage is very, very high. ADHD will be 53. Intellectual disability, oppositional deficient disorder, which is behavior issue, and also 3 in 4 means 70.8% of Asperger or high functioning autism will have also other psychiatric issue. Okay, so other psychiatric issue is not schizophrenia. It's not something that you bayang no. It's most of the time it will into mood disorder that is very common, phobia, anxiety, depression. That is what we are talking about. That is quite common, as common as the psychologist as well. Haha, and the psychiatrist. Okay, so we are talking about the fact what happened, and we're talking about the health condition of adult with autism. Now we are talking about relationship. All right. So why relationship is so important? The first thing is we live in a community, and relationship is everything, or most of the time. And also when relationship is important to make you function inside the community itself. All right. So to have a good foundation on how to maintain and how to practice your social skill with your family, which is the first person that you will see, it will be very important. So I put it there on family relationship, which also included immediate family members and also extended family members. The support from the family members will be very essential for them to secure, all right, to support the emotional changes that might be happen later when they grow up, especially go into teenager age. It will be very, very, very important that I always talk to parents that is very, very important. Is because if, let's say, you put it this way, even us, a typical developed person, the first thing happen, and the first person you cross on your mind will be your mom, your dad, your family members, right? So it also the same thing happened to autism, and also by the characteristic of likes to be uh, fixed, likes to be structured, likes to be no changes at all. So family member is the first person as well that they will think of when they have issue as well. So maintain a good relationship, especially with family, is very important. Not just parents, also siblings, which is sometimes parents tend to forget. I saw too many parents isolate their kids, those typical and those autism, they separate them. That is not encouraged. Okay, because the sibling is the first person they able to have to support later in life. The second one will be friendship. Friendship will be very important, especially when they are grow up. Talking about relationship, talking about friendship or long-term relationship, we are talking about sexuality education. I forgot to put it in. Why is so important on the sexuality education on friendship and long-term relationship? first thing is they need to know how to protect themselves, and the second thing is how to have what we call that, a correct information on sexuality health condition or sexual behavior will be very, very important. Okay, um, put it this way, who do you discuss with on sexuality education other than your family? Your friends, right? So you will actually visit, with your friend. Hey, what happened? That guy very handsome, or that girl very pretty, But it doesn't happen to those with autism, you see. First thing is they don't have friends. The second thing is when they are curious, they tend to trap into those unhealthy kind of sexuality information. For example, pornography. Or for girls, sometimes they trap into, drama. We call it 八点档 drama. So it might not be correct way to understand. And also when you actually discuss with your friend, then you will have a lot of flexibility in between to understand, oh, this might not be 100% true. That will might not 100% wrong on certain situation and certain event. So it will be very, very important that you have peer support, you have group discussion, you share your experience with your friend. And these are some part sometimes is missing from those who grow up with autism. Okay. And also when they realize that they need a friendship, it will be a little bit late. I have a kid who only realized that they need friends after maybe 12, 13 years old. Yeah. So, and also we are talking about long-term relationship, love, marriage on different perception on situation. It will be difficult for them to understand that why is sometimes, all right, you will realize that, oh, the boys with autism, they get interested with a girl, of course, if you get a girl who are very supportive, then yeah, they're going to love, romance, and wherever is I'm engaged with long-term relationship. But it not usually happen. All right, realistically, it's not usually happen. So, and it become a very and most of them doesn't want to involve in long-term relationship. In fact, not many, is because they feel that um, if you don't have somebody who match your understanding or your perception on the environment, it will be very, very difficult. Um, they will need a lot of personal space. They will need a lot of um, further away. They don't stay together basically. So that will be difficult on other people's perception, because if if you don't stay together, so what kind of long-term relationship we are mean all about, right? So yeah, the differentiation of perception will actually bring a lot of problem and challenges on long-term relationship. And relationship also very important to have a successful employment. We're talking about teamwork. You need to work together with other people. You can't be just forever working alone, right? That is not possible. Not even, sometimes they told me that, oh, I can work on getting cases on graphic design or wherever it is, but you still need to interact with people, you see, even though it's very minimum. So it will be very, very important to have a good relationship or good understanding on your social skills, so that you can actually maintain a long-term sustainable job. All right. So now I have a lot of cases which they don't sustain long-term job. It's because they have a lot of issue with people, with their colleague. Not the work itself. The work is very excellent, but it's actually how the presentation of their behavior will cause a lot of confusion or a lot of challenges on the colleagues beside them.